This is 6 Minutes, the Seriously International Daily Newscast. It's Wednesday, May 21st. I'm Rebecca Bonthius.
And I'm Bertrand Hauger. It's nighttime in the Marshall Islands, while the sun is rising in Montevideo. Here in the Worldcrunch newsroom in Paris, it's just after midday. These are the latest headlines. The UN says aid has yet to reach civilians in Gaza. South Africa's president meets Trump for high-stakes talks. And our daily quiz question is about a Japanese minister's costly gaffe. Our top story today is a report by Reuters that Ukraine will ask the European Union to consider tougher sanctions against Moscow in a white paper next week. The suggested measures will include seizing Russian assets and bringing in sanctions for some buyers of Russian oil. This comes as US President Donald Trump has backed off from tightening sanctions. Meanwhile, President Vladimir Putin visited the western Kursk region on Tuesday, a first since Russian forces ejected Ukrainian troops from the area last month. In Gaza, the UN said its teams have not yet been able to distribute aid in the territory, as global experts warn that famine is imminent there. UN teams have been left waiting for permission from Israel to collect the supplies after dozens of supply trucks entered the enclave in the past 2 days. In Pakistan, a suicide car bomber struck a school bus in the southwestern region of Balochistan on Wednesday, killing at least 5 people, including 3 children. No group has claimed responsibility for the incident so far, but the province has been the scene of a long-running insurgency. South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa is expected to meet with US President Donald Trump at the White House on Wednesday, amid strained relationships between the two countries. Since the start of the second Trump administration, US aid to Pretoria has been suspended, and a diplomatic feud fueled the expulsion of South Africa's ambassador to the US. Amid reports of heightened US border controls at airports, our More Than a Minute feature is a first-hand account by Brazilian journalist Maria Marta Bruno of our arrival in Houston in March. Rebecca, can you tell us what happened?
Bruno, who works for Agencia Publica in Sao Paulo, was arriving in Texas for a journalism conference. But the encounter with a customs agent at Houston Airport, she writes, turned into a textbook example of how the Trump administration is treating certain travelers, in her case, a non-white woman and a journalist traveling alone from Colombia. The Immigration and Customs Enforcement agent said he didn't believe Bruno's answers to his questions. "I think you're lying," he told her. "I do think you're carrying drugs. I have no reason to believe you or anyone. My only purpose is to put America's interests first." The repetition of US President Donald Trump's slogan, "America First," word for word, may sound cartoonish, but it's intimidating and it works, Bruno writes.
Bruno was taken to a private screening room and was eventually released. What did her American friends and colleagues think of the incident?
Having studied and taught for 2 years at Texas A&M University, Bruno knew this state had long been a testing ground for anti-immigration and anti-DEI policies. In many ways, Texas has foreshadowed the national shifts. Her university colleagues said they were, quote, concerned but not surprised by her encounter at the airport. Some told Bruno that they've changed the way they speak in class, are cautious on social media, and are worried about losing funding. Bruno recalls giving some leniency to her students who voted for Trump in 2024. They said it was about grocery prices, right? But of course, it came with the whole package. They voted for the economy, but they also accepted brutality and every form of prejudice. And Trump is clearly delivering on those promises.
We're closing things out today with our daily quiz question, which comes to us from Japan. The country's farm minister resigned on Wednesday following remarks on a food staple that he said he, quote, never had to buy, triggering a firestorm of criticism. Which staple are we talking about? Is it answer A, noodles, B, sesame, C, sake, or D, rice? The correct answer is D. Japanese Farm Minister Taku Eto announced his resignation on Wednesday after his comment that he never had to buy rice thanks to gifts from supporters sparked a backlash from voters and lawmakers amid soaring rice prices. Japan's staple food is experiencing historically high prices due to a poor harvest and elevated demand from a boom in tourism.
That's the latest from around the world. If you like this podcast, we'd really appreciate it if you could help us out with a follow, share, and a 5-star rating on your preferred podcasting platform. For more of the best of the international press delivered exclusively in English, visit us at worldcrunch.com. We'll see you here tomorrow. À demain.